Are you looking for budgeting tips to help you get through these challenging times? Well, in this video, I'm going to go over 5 steps you can take right now to help you lower your expenses. I'm also going to share with you a budgeting template that my family and I are using to help us manage our finances during these times. Hi, my name is Joseph Eslait, and I am a realtor with Casa Real Estate. I am also very passionate about personal finances, and so my goal with this video is to give you some practical and actionable steps that you can take. I know this won't solve everyone's problems and challenges, but at least it's a good first step into the right direction. So step one, make a list of all your expenses. Even if you want to do it on a piece of paper or you want to use an Excel spreadsheet or you have an app on your phone, just write them down and calculate what your expenses are per month. Now, I know that some expenses you pay quarterly or every 6 months or yearly, but do your best to just calculate them prorated per month. Once you do this, then step number 2 is to review each expense item and cut where possible. You'll be surprised once you have all your expenses in front of you that some of them you might not really need and you can just quickly cut them. Once you complete step 2, then you can move to step 3, which is reduce expenses that you can't cut. Once you start going through step 3, you may notice that you are able to save $5 or $10 per some of your expenses. And you might think, well, that's not a whole lot of money. But trust me, once you start adding that up, it's going to make a big difference. Now, once you're done going through all of your expenses, then it's step 4. Calculate your total monthly expenses. This step is very important because it's going to give you peace of mind once you know how much money you need every month. So for example, let's say that you add up all your expenses and you get a total of $3,000 a month and you have saved in your savings account $6,000. You can easily calculate that you have 2 months of savings or 2 months of expenses in your savings. This will give you some peace of mind and clarity. Now, if you have more money saved, then that's even better because you'll have more month of expenses already put away. But if you don't have $3,000 or nothing saved, at least it'll give you an idea of what you need to save or what you need to have as you start getting, whether it's unemployment or the government check that they're going to be issuing here pretty soon. You'll be able to better plan your expenses. Step 5 is to focus on what you can control. It's easy to start pointing things out that you can't control and get frustrated and not do anything about it. But if you focus on the things that you can control, you can start being proactive and taking action, even if it's not perfect, but at least you can start a plan, and that's better than having no plan at all. Now I'm gonna go switch to my laptop and show you the Excel template that my family and I are using. So here we are. This first column here, the current budget, is where you're gonna start writing all of your expenses down and the amount of the expenses. Then once you have all that completed, you'll go to your new budget column, and here's where you're gonna go through each line item and see if you can reduce or remove any of the expenses. And then on the third column, the budget savings column, you're gonna be able to see if you were able to reduce or remove any of the expenses. You're gonna be able to see the amount that you're saving. So for example, if you look at groceries here on this line, you see that you usually spend $400 and you found some ways to reduce that to $300, and you see then on your budget savings column that you're saving $100. For entertainment, you let's say usually spend $200. Now you're able to reduce it to $80, and now you see that you have $120 savings. As you go through each of these line item by line item, you'll start seeing that they're going to add up. In this example, and by the way, these are just numbers I plugged in, but once you plug in yours, you'll be able to see on the budget savings column that as these savings start adding up, you can, in this example, save $405. Go from $2,735 of your current budget for expenses to now $2,330. So this is just a great tool to follow the steps on how to reduce your expenses and be able to share with your family, go over it, and give you some ideas as to how to better plan your finances. Another thing I wanted to just talk about is, everyone's going to be in different situations. Let's say that you lost your job, you really don't have any savings at all. What do? So with your mortgage and rent, this is obviously a very important expense. And so I wrote a couple notes on some of these with some ideas and tips. Wherever you see that little red triangle in the corner of the box, you'll see some notes. So in this one, it says, if you don't think you can make a mortgage or rent payment, make sure you communicate early on with your bank or landlord. Perhaps you can make a payment plan or get a break for 1 or several months. It's very important to have good communication and have it as early as you can, so that way you can be proactive and figure out a good strategy or plan. For utilities, here in Rochester, there's energy assistance, and so if you qualify for that, you may have part or all of your utility bills paid for. So another thing to be proactive about. This is just kind of a silly-ish example, but with Netflix, let's say you have the highest plan. I think it's like $15, and maybe you can lower it to, I don't know the exact number, but let's say it's $8. You'll save a couple dollars there. Anything that you can save will definitely add up. And you can still, we love Netflix, so we don't want to get rid of it, but if you can reduce that amount, that'll help. On your cell phone bill, maybe you can reduce the plan, or maybe if you have a line that you don't use a whole lot or aren't planning on using, maybe you can have it put on hold for a couple months where you're not paying for the line, but you'll still be able to have it, in a couple months and be able to use it. And you can just use the Wi-Fi, use your phone and use the Wi-Fi from your house. Or with cable TV, maybe you can, we have YouTube TV, it's $50 a month. You can share with your family, and then maybe you split the cost with your family or some friends or someone that So just again, just a couple of tips and things that you can use. And in these times, you just have to be creative, think outside the box, and be proactive about things. So hope you found this helpful. And again, I'm gonna attach this Excel spreadsheet on the video description, and you'll be able to download it and use it as you are able to. If you found this video helpful, please click the like button, or if you think of someone else who might benefit from it, feel free to share it. If you have some other great budgeting tips or ideas, feel free to share them by commenting below. I truly hope this video finds you well, and I hope that you're staying safe. Thank you.